There's a biting cold that permeates Kevin Phillips' super dark times. A winter wind that threatens to bring snow and sleet. Zach Owen Campbell and Josh Charlie Tahan don't want to leave the basement and face the chill, but you can only watch scrambled porn, drink caffeine-free Coke, and skim the yearbook playing what or wouldn't for so many hours before coming down with an incurable case of cabin fever. Pretty soon, the weather's going to prevent the two from riding their bikes and meeting up with Daryl Max Talisman and Charlie Sawyer Barth, where they'll steal weed from Josh's brother who's off in the Marine Corps, and then commit an atrocity they'll try and literally cover up with fallen, wet leaves. Super Dark Times is a coming-of-age picture that harkens back to the glory days of rated 80s teen movies like River's Edge, slices of moody truth that contain a significant amount of darkness at their core. While we bask in a modern Stephen King renaissance, celebrating smash direct adaptations and works that amalgamate the horror maestro's prose with several other influences, Stranger Things, Phillips' film leans more toward indirect homage than blatant tribute. Utilizing imagery that elicits a near Pavlovian response in fans at this point, kids on bikes, zooming down suburban streets as the sun sets, Super Dark Times has an endgame far more disturbing than its peers. It's the body without any semblance of nostalgia or hope, as we witness these four innocents shed that protective skin completely, all while existing inside a meticulously constructed period piece whose establishing details aren't presented with ostentatious fetishism. For anyone who grew up in the northeastern United States during the late 80s, early 90s, Super Dark Times is going to feel like coming home. The wood-paneled basements and boxy computers, displaying crude screensavers that bounce off the corners like ping-pong balls, are signifiers of what era we're currently existing within. There aren't any showy thing posters, and the needle drops aren't necessarily culled from the exact year in which these tragic events take place, though a hyper-specific Bill Clinton speech alerts us that it's 95. The lo-fi tech cassettes, a Discman, cable descramblers, and kids jacking off to Jamie Lee Curtis's True Lies striptease allow you to slide right into this epic, uncomfortably riding your own Schwinn down these manicured streets, sneaking cigarettes in the park and shouting penis like a brat in front of your crush's house. It's difficult to discuss Super Dark Times without giving too much away, and it's certainly a picture that's best experienced completely blind, just as this writer did. Once the kids commit their crime and subsequently cover it up, Phillips is fascinated by the web of paranoia that begins to overtake them, especially Zach, whose conscience can be seen overwhelming his brain functions through wide, glassy eyes. The nightmares that come to him while he sleeps through class are full of hazy shafts of light as corpses squat on his body, rendering it impossible to get off the floor of his working-class home. He won't tell his mom, Amy Hargreaves, what happened out in those woods. And when the girl of his dreams, Elizabeth Cappuccino, comes to check in on him, he can't even kiss her, though she's practically begging Zach to do so. Meanwhile, Josh Charlie Tahan spirals into absolute madness, brandishing the sword the boys found alongside the pot in his bro's basement dwelling, and becoming increasingly erratic. All of the young actors bring these kids to life with a fascinating, brusque naturalism, whose reality stands in for extreme gore, causing the final, shocking reel to land like a blow to the belly. Accented by Ben Frost's dissonant, hypnotic electro score, which acts as a solid companion to the Oneotrix Point Never's recent work on Good Time, and showcasing impressive Twilight Hour cinematography by Eli Bourne, Super Dark Times is an unsettling, technically accomplished entry into the recent boom of genre pictures examining losses of innocence through their own unique lenses. But perhaps the most upsetting aspect of Super Dark Times is its subtly complex dissection of silence and the way it can drive one mad while they're attempting to keep a secret. Zach wants to scream to the world about what he and his friends did, but he also wants to protect them from any further harm, leading to a crushing, sweet-attempt mistrust of everyone and everything around him. All of a sudden, the entire world turns from beguiling to sinister, and there's no joy to be mine during days which should be his happiest. In short, you're never safe when you keep secrets.